Hey everyone, welcome back and well, technically it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about so many things, especially when it comes to the Real Housewives of New Jersey and also some of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but tornadoes, fallen relationships, the demise of. Yeah, of course, we're going to get into all of it. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this, but earlier, Jason and Gelsey went on live for Anchor Watch. So Anchor Watch has now moved from 10:30 p.m. Eastern at night on Tuesday nights to 12:05 p.m. Eastern. So it's a daytime thing now, which is, I think, great because before, when Jason made it that late night time, it was to accommodate the fact that Josh had a different job and that made sense. But now with Gelsey, why not? So smash the like button, show some love, and here we go. All right, guys. So we have to start with the Melissa Gorga of it all because she shared scary footage from her New Jersey shore house on Instagram, reporting that a tornado swept through for about a minute, wrecked the joint and left, displaying a lot of blows to the outdoor furniture and debris flying across their pool deck. But security camera videos also showed lounge chairs and large cabanas tossed into the air and also tossed into their pool by strong winds. But in follow-up posts, she revealed that Joe and friends cleaned up the mess. Surprisingly, they were able to recover everything with no visible damages or scratches. So despite her dramatic wording, fans criticized her use of wrecked. Some felt damage was minimal and accused her of overhyping the incident. And they said that she should remove the post and recognize how privileged her lifestyle is. Okay. So we're gonna play the post and just see, was Melissa being the most? Okay. Well, it wasn't obviously just that, but then we saw this one of Joe and them fixing it. They were trying to push it out. Okay. But last but not least, at least you could see that, well, after all of it, there was still things being done, cookouts being had. Okay. A lot of people, it's interesting because a lot of people will always say, "Oh, well, that's not that big of a deal. Like you shouldn't come on, like there are other people who are dealing with other shit." I get that, you guys, but also at the end of the day, when it's your home, when it's something that you're pouring your heart and your soul into and things are being destroyed, it doesn't, yes, I think that in the back of your mind, you can think of what everybody else is going through 100%. But I also think that in the front of your mind, you're like, what is this going to cost me? Do you know how much money I spent on this? And that still plays a factor into it. So at the end of the day, I'm just happy that the tornado did not affect their home. I'm happy. Well, I'm not happy that it affected them at all, but I'm happy that if, God forbid, they were going to be affected, it was only going to hit the pool deck. Now, at the end of the day, could this happen to anybody? Yes. This is why, one, you don't wish negative on people because karma is a motherfucker. And two, you don't ever sit there and question why somebody is going through what they're going, like, oh, okay, well, your pool chair went into the pool. Oh, good for you. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. It's like, no, well, that affects her. So then just understand and acknowledge, like, okay, well, we're all affected in different ways. That's okay. Now, moving on. Yeah. Kenya Moore also confronted her fallout with Cynthia Bailey on Instagram, stating that Cynthia betrayed her trust by sharing private texts and personal secrets with others, not the viewers, previously assumed reason of why she did that. Now, I'm also wondering about this because Cynthia Bailey has always seemed like a very down-to-earth woman. I feel like we always just get straightforwardness from Cynthia Bailey, and I don't necessarily know, and I'm just saying, I don't know if in fact whatever Cynthia did, like whatever they're claiming, was this wrong? Kenya said Cynthia knows exactly what she's talking about. Okay. Well, my thing is with Kenya, I guess the part that I'm trying to define here and trying to understand the most is whether or not Kenya actually is saying what she's saying because she is really pissed off, or if she's saying what she's saying because at the end of the day, she's like, man, you guys to me, and she could be feeling that way. But speaking of which, Kandi Burruss had a couple little insights for Shamia Morton.
I told Shamia a few things. One, I told her she really don't need that show. If she don't want to go back, she does not have to go back. And, you know, it'll be just fine. You know what I mean? She can live her best life. She has a wonderful marriage and a wonderful family. You know what I mean? But I said, if she chooses to go back, then definitely don't hold back on her feelings. I don't really think that she lied. I feel like, okay, first of all, this is not me picking sides between the two, okay? I feel like there were issues in the friendship prior, and I feel like Shamia should have said something before instead of just acting like everything was okay. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes when things aren't okay, it's okay for you to have an attitude about it. It's okay for you to just like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. You know what I mean? And just stand on it. I feel like just trying to be passive about things, it allowed it to come back later like, oh, you weren't tripping all this time, but now you want to trip. No, really, it's been bothering her the whole time, and she should have just said that. You know what I mean?
All right. So I think I get the gist. She's telling Shamia, if you come in and you have an issue, state your issue. We don't need to hold back for anybody because we're friends. I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in a minute. Love you guys. Bye.